here we go. Space too. Stoners rise up against aliens on a Monday. Damn. Great battle over Earth. This is 32 years later.
32 years have passed since the Great War. The Shivans vanished half a lifetime ago. And now, we live in the mausoleum of history. We inherit the legacy of ghosts who haunt these ruins. The elders call us the Lost Generation.
Damn. That's deep as shit.
I remember stories of a glorious civilization, of cities with spires that reached the sun, of a blue planet with vast seas, of people with myths of humanity everlasting, of children who saw in the embers of dying stars the destiny of their race. And they hurled themselves into the void of space with no fear. They say our people have no present, only a past filled with horror. And a future they can only dream of. Now we forge a new alliance to guard the tomb of space.
Guard the tomb of
and
space.
Find within its cold expanse the salvation of our race.
Damn, this shit is fucking heavy. Take it. So Seth, to TLDR, Mass Effect just happened in this place. The Reapers are called the Shidari, or whatever the hell they're called. But yeah, they're a pre-generate race. Every 10,000 years they come in to wipe the slate clean, or 100,000. You don't get the idea. And we fought them off, blew up the wormhole. We're actually... that was a test guy before the stream. No worries. Montel does this. Anyway, now you're interspecies lines.
Welcome to Vega, Ensign. I'm Captain Lukakis, squadron leader of the 53rd Hammerheads. You've been assigned to our unit. The Hammerheads are a space superiority squadron. We'll be flying the Myrmidon fighter, developed to replace the old GTF Ulysses. The Myrmidon is a Terran Vasudin design and a versatile ship with high
Vasudin
marks
is
for
a
speed,
species,
maneuverability, armor, and loadout. The 53rd Hammerheads were formed during the Great War. At the time, we served on board the GTD Bastion, the finest ship in the history of Terran space travel. You may not know this, but the pilots who destroyed the SD Lucifer in 2335 were based on the Bastion, and some were even Hammerheads. With the 53rd, you're part of a long and proud tradition. When the explosion of the Lucifer collapsed the jump node to the Sol system and severed all contact with Earth, Command transferred the Bastion to the 4th Fleet in Vega. Since then, we've called Vega our home. Now Command has decommissioned the Bastion and reassigned its squadrons to the newer Hecate destroyers. We'll be joining the GTD Aquitaine, flagship of the 3rd Fleet, Capella.
Okay.
The Aquitaine will be here in 36 hours. In the meantime, it would be advisable to review your training. We have all the simulator modules you'll need for the Myrmidon fighter. Because this is your first combat assignment, you'll be authorized to carry the standard armaments. The Subak HL-7.
I will do some training.
Welcome to Training Simulator Module TSM-10. Welcome to Module TSM-103C, pilot. Don't touch the controls until you are told to do so. You will fail this session if you do not follow instructions carefully. The first function you will learn is targeting. Target my fighter. In the lower left-hand corner of your HUD is your target view. The top lines...
Hold up, let's go. Where are options? Where are options? Options. First of all, we're gonna calm the music down a little bit.
Affirmative.
Aha.
Welcome to...
It did. Perfect. We're good.
Welcome to Module TSM-103C, pilot. Don't touch the controls until you are told to do so. You will fail this session if you do not follow instructions carefully. The first function you will learn is targeting. In the lower left-hand corner of your HUD is your target view. The top lines display the targeted ship's name and class. The next line shows the distance to your target and its speed. Note the brackets around my ship indicating I am your current target. As I fly out of view, the off-screen indicator will display. It points in the direction you must turn in order to face your target. The indicator moves as I fly around. It is always pointing at your target. Notice how the triangles separate. The farther apart they are, the farther you'll have to turn to face your target. Finally, note the number by the indicator. This is the distance to your target. The circular gauge near the bottom of your HUD is the radar. Friendly ships are shown in green. Hostile ships appear in red. Ships directly in front of you appear in the radar center. Using your main flight controller, turn your ship toward mine. Stop when my ship is in your center. Good. Now stay in that position. Now turn toward my ship again. Match my speed. Good. Now follow me. Note how your speed automatically changes to match mine. To the left of the reticle is the speed gauge. The capital M next to the current speed indicates that you are matching speed with your target. Now, I want you to accelerate and move to within 125 meters of me. Do not collide with my ship. Good. Now, decelerate to drop 200 meters behind me. Well done. Now, let's practice using the afterburner. Engage your afterburner, pilot. The gauge to the left of your speed gauge displays remaining afterburner power. Note that your engines consume it rapidly. That extra speed is useful for quick, evasive maneuvers and closing large distances. Maintain your maximum top speed. Try it now. Now, bring your fighter to a complete stop. Drone 1 has jumped in. Target it. Good. Now fly within 100 units of it and come to a stop. Be careful not to fly too fast. Well done. Note that it takes some time to come to a complete stop. Now fire your primary weapon at Drone 1. Hit it a few times, but do not destroy it.
Why can't I fire? What the fuck? Jesus, who put this here? Okay.
Near the center of your HUD, the hull integrity of your target is
It's on
displayed.
control. I don't know
Notice
how to put
that it
that
has
in.
dropped from 100%. This information is also available in the upper right corner of your target view. Now, destroy Drone 1. Good job. Let's see how quickly you can destroy these new drones. Target hostiles and destroy them with your Subak HL-7. The HL-7 is standard issue on all Myrmidon space superiority fighters. Well done. This concludes Module TSM-103C. Most sorties will end with an order to return to base. Do not leave the field of engagement until you have been authorized to do so. Your navigation computer will be programmed with the proper coordinates. All you need to do is engage your subspace drive. Do this now. Well done, pilot. You have successfully completed TSM-103C Class C qualification for the Myrmidon Space Superiority Fighter. You may now proceed to Training Simulator Module TSM-103B.
Should do it. Let's see.
Welcome to Training Simulator. Welcome to Module TSM-103B, pilot. Don't touch the controls until you are told to do.
Wait a minute, I need to figure out the rest of this.
Welcome to Module TSM-103B, pilot. Don't touch the controls until you are told to do so. You will fail this session if you do not follow instructions carefully. Begin by targeting my fighter. In combat, you will need to acquire your targets quickly. With multiple wings and warships, you will not have time to cycle through all objects in sensor range to find a specific target. Let's take a look at some controls that will help you locate targets more efficiently. 2 drones will be used for the first part of this exercise. You have a targeting control which enables you to acquire the nearest hostile target. Using the control repeatedly will cycle through hostile targets in order of their proximity. Target Drone 1 with your hostile targeting control. Good. Now target Drone 2. Excellent. Now we'll learn another useful targeting control. As a GTVA fighter pilot, you will be called upon to defend larger vessels, from troop transports to destroyer-class warships. For this simulation, let's bring in a Triton-class freighter. Observe that the name and hull integrity of the freighter appears in the box to the right of your reticle. This escort list enables you to monitor its status. You can target ships on your escort list by using the escort targeting control.
Nice,
well
nice.
done. On any escort mission, it is important that you stay close to vessels you have been assigned to protect. The escort targeting control makes locating these ships more efficient. Be advised, the escort list will not be limited to ships you have been ordered to protect. Any major target, friendly or hostile, could appear on that list. This will help you monitor the status of ships with tactical or strategic importance. Let's review what we've covered so far. Target Drone 1 with your hostile targeting control. Now, target Drone 2. Now, target the freighter with your Well done. In Module TSM-103C, you practice firing your HL-7. We'll now take a closer look at your primary and secondary weapons. Your weapons loadout is displayed to the right of your reticle. Primary cannons are listed above your secondary missile banks. Use your primary weapon selector to toggle either one or both. The Myrmidon Space Superiority Fighter has 3 missile banks. As a new pilot, you will be authorized to use the Tempest Dumbfire and the Rockeye Heat Seeker. Let's practice firing the Tempest. Use your secondary weapon selector to arm your bank of Tempest missiles. Good. Tempests are dumbfire projectiles. These warheads have no homing system, so they'll fly in the direction in which they are fired. For this reason, they are most effective at close range. Unless your aim is very precise, hitting targets at a distance with a Tempest may be difficult. Now, select Drone 1 using your hostile targeting Good. Destroy Drone 1 with your Tempest missiles. Close your distance if you need to. Well done. The Tempest may not be as accurate as a heat or aspect-seeking missile, but a Myrmidon can carry up to 320 of these missiles. A volley of Tempest will quickly pulverize an enemy fighter. To maximize their effectiveness, use them in conjunction with your Subak HL-7. While the lasers penetrate the shields of your target, the missiles will impact the enemy's hull. Once again, because you failed to follow instructions, TSM-103B has been terminated. Engage your subspace drive.
Shocked it. Yeah, now I got fucking fired. Damn.
Your performance was below acceptable standards for TSM-103B Class B qualification for the Myrmidon Space Superiority Fighter. Welcome to Training Simulator Module TSM-103B.
Did I not skip training? Skip training. There we go. Yes.
Welcome to Training Simulator Module TSM-103A, Class A qualification for the Myrmidon Space Superiority Fighter. This module has been designed to acquaint pilots with dogfight.
We're gonna do it. We got the training. No,
This
I
is
just
Admiral
skipped training.
Petrarch, commanding officer of the GTD Aquitaine. For those squadrons joining us here in Vega, welcome aboard. With a complement of 150 combat spacecraft, the Aquitaine serves as flagship of the GTVA 3rd Fleet, based in the Capella system. You join an elite crew of 10,000, the finest officers and enlisted personnel serving the Alliance today. After 18 months of fighting, Admiral Bosch's Neo-Terran front has become the most significant threat to regional security since the Great War ended 32 years ago. The NTF demands the independence of their systems and the revocation of the Beta Aquila Convention, or BATAC. The BATAC Treaty centralized power of the GTVA as the supreme authority in Terran Vasudin space. Integral to NTF ideology is Bosch's vision of Neoterra. A utopian society where the lost grandeur of Earth will be restored. Bosch and his followers oppose any alliance with the Vasudans as a threat to the future of the human race. The rebels are entrenched in Polaris, Regulus, and Sirius. But before we hit these strongholds, we must secure Epsilon Pegasi, Alpha Centauri, and Deneb. These contested systems are now the focal point of Allied operations. Allied Command has ordered the Aquitaine into the Deneb system. There, we will reinforce the 13 Vasudin battle group, led by the GVD Samtic. Both the NTF and the GTVA have sustained heavy casualties in the battle for Deneb. In the past 72 hours, we have lost the GVC Andromeda, the GTC Trafalgar, and over 15 fighter wings. Command anticipates the arrival of the Aquitaine and the Samtic will shift the battle for Deneb in our favor and force the NTF to withdraw to Sirius.
This is Captain Lukakis, squadron leader of the 53rd Hammerheads.
We're doing
At
all of it.
0320
We're doing all
hours,
of this,
the
by the
Aquitaine
way.
entered the Deneb system. Admiral Petrarch launched fighter and bomber wings as part of an all-out attack against NTF positions throughout the system. He has kept the Hammerheads on standby until now. A situation is developing near the inhabited planet of Cygnus Prime. We have over 100,000 Vasudin refugees fleeing their colonies in transports. Allied ships are rescuing the Vasudins as quickly as possible, though the logistics of this operation leave many refugees still vulnerable to rebel attack. At 0545, we received a distress signal from a refugee convoy 900 clicks, or kilometers, from the outer orbit of Cygnus Prime. The Vasudins responded with a wing of Serapis fighters, designated Epsilon, which have just called in for reinforcements. Alpha Wing, you're going in. Because these transports do not have jump drives, you must protect the convoy until a recovery ship arrives. With all warships engaged and other convoys in dire need of protection, we do not know when a craft will become available. Command will keep you updated and send in reinforcements as needed.
Let's fucking go.
Alpha 2 here. I have a visual on the convoy, 1,500 meters dead ahead. The escort wing is down 2 fighters. Iota Transports. This is Alpha Wing of the 53rd Hammerheads, GTD Aquitaine. We have orders to protect your convoy. What's your status? Over.
Alpha Wing, we have lost 3 transports to the rebel attack. The surviving vessels have sustained minor damage. We anticipate the rebels will return in greater force.
Hang in there, Iota. Command will send a recovery craft as soon as possible. All right, Alpha. Let's get to work. We must defend these transports until a recovery ship arrives. Sensors picking up incoming hostiles. A wing of Herc's closing in.
Alpha 1 and 2 intercept those fighters. We will defend the transports.
Got him. This music is hell. The music's good too.
Incoming jump signature. Hostile configuration.
Missile banks depleted. Calling in support.
Incoming jump signature. Hostile configuration.
We take these, we take these.
Bandits incoming!
We have transmitted your coordinates to the GVD Samtic. The vessel should be exiting subspace momentarily.
Command, this is the GVD Samtic. Arrive at the designated coordinates.
Objective neutralized.
The NTCV Belisarius, a Deimos-class corvette, has run our blockade of the Sirius jump node. We are now tracking the vessel through subspace. We have vectored its course to your immediate vicinity.
Okay.
Acknowledged, Command. She will intercept the target.
Incoming jump signature. It's the Belisarius.
Gunnery control, power up photon beam cannons. Commence plasma core insertion.
All units stand clear of the Samtic and Belisarius.
Belisarius, this is the GVD Samtic. You are ordered to power down and surrender.
Negative, Bassoon.
NTF is the only legitimate authority in this system. Surrender or be destroyed, Belisarius. This is your final warning. Your posturing insults us both, Vasudin. I will not give up my ship. As you wish. Gunnery control, open fire.
Fucking
Belisarius' objective has been neutralized.
Now deploying wings Zeta and Theta. You are relieved of your escort, Alpha Wing.
Mission accomplished, Alpha. Return to base. Well done, pilots.
we're out.
Iota.
Good work, pilot. You held off the rebel attack and saved both Vasudin transports from destruction. Your squad mates and I all agree you'll make a fine addition to the 53rd Hammerheads. Command reports that 75% of the refugees have been recovered with few casualties. The remaining 25% are under Allied protection and will be rescued shortly. We've also won major victories against the NTF. The NTD Jacobus and the NTC Hengst have been destroyed, and our blockades of the Alpha Centauri and Sirius jump nodes has isolated the rebel fleet. Furthermore, 600,000 ground troops will soon land on the surface of Cygnus Prime in our effort to retake the planet. Prepare for your next mission, pilot. The battle for Deneb is not over yet.
Let's fucking go.
Command has ordered the 53rd Hammerheads to secure an NTF depot in the Deneb asteroid belt. 6 sentry guns are positioned around the depot, and rebel freighters are now moving the cargo out of the area. The NTF has gone through a lot of trouble to hide these materials. Alpha 1, your mission is to seek and destroy all targets of opportunity, including freighters, cargo, and sentry guns. Beta Wing will scan the cargo. Recon sighted a wing of Loki's guarding the depot, so prioritize these bandits. Do not underestimate the importance of this mission, pilot. A depot raid won't win you any medals, but it can be just as vital as taking down a cruiser or corvette. We must sever rebel supply lines if we want to achieve a decisive victory.
Let's fucking go.
Okay, Alpha Wing, let's take out the fighters and freighters. Beta will scan the cargo. Watch those sentry guns. Beta Wing, target cargo units and close in the scan. Optimal distance is 150 meters. Alpha 1 and Alpha 3, you target the fighters. Stay focused on those Lokis.
Command, we've got a problem here. We can't scan the cargo.
That's a confirmed kill.
Run a diagnostic, Beta. Are your sensors malfunctioning?
Negative. There's some kind of shielding on these units. Our sensors can't penetrate.
Acknowledge, Beta. Abort the scan and engage the enemy.
What about a recovery op?
Negative, Beta. Command will not risk recovery in that asteroid belt. Incoming jump signature. Hostile configuration.
We're facing multiple bandits here. That cargo must be vital. depot, Command. All bandits have been neutralized. Alpha and Beta, destroy the cargo units.
Hold on, Alpha. Long-range sensors are picking up another hostile target 3 kilometers from your position.
All right, let's go.
I'm reading nothing here, Command.
We're detecting a faint EM signature from one of the asteroids. Transmitting coordinates now.
I'm still not getting a clear reading. There's too much interference.
There should be a flashing red blip on the radar screen of your HUD. Maneuver your fighter until this blip is centered in the radar. This will point you in the right direction.
It's a large asteroid, Command, with some kind of structure built into the surface.
Let's take a closer look. Proceed with caution, pilots.
This is gonna go tits up. It's very triumphant.
Command, the target has turrets and a fighter bay. It must be a rebel installation.
We're scrambling bomber wings now. Destroy that base, pilots.
This is Delta Wing. What's your status?
Command, I'm picking up incoming hostiles.
Engage and destroy those fighters. We need to clear a path for Delta Wing.
This is Admiral Bosch of the Neo-Terran Front. Allied fighters, break off your attack.
Command, the rebel leader is on that base.
Disregard that transmission, Alpha. Admiral Bosch is in the Polaris system. This must be a decoy.
If you destroy this installation, you sign the death warrant of our race. I demand unfettered access to the Sirius jump node.
There will be no negotiations, Bosch.
Listen to me. If my safety is guaranteed, I'll withdraw my forces from the net.
Pilots, destroy that installation. You have your orders.
The asteroid is breaking apart, Command.
That's not an installation. Disable the engines of that warship. Do not let them escape.
Heads up, enemy wing closing in. There's no time, Command. The vessel is powering up in subspace drive.
Oh, they're dead. They're too fucking dead.
Bosch and his warship have jumped.
All hostile fighters have been neutralized, Command.
This mission is over, Alpha. Return to base.
That one popped off pretty significantly.
Command has issued no official explanation for Admiral Bosch's presence in the Deneb system. The hidden base and the shielded cargo units only compound the mystery of the Admiral's agenda. Under the circumstances, there was nothing you could have done to stop the escape of Bosch's command frigate, designated the NTF Iceni.
How you enjoying it, Seth?
Intelligence has tracked Admiral Bosch's command frigate, the NTF Iceni, through subspace. We have vectored its course to the Sirius jump node. The 53rd is being scrambled to seek and destroy the Iceni before it escapes Deneb. We have pre-assigned your loadout, and your fighters are now standing by. Report to the flight deck pronto.
Engage full burners and intercept the Iceni. They are 2 kilometers from the Sirius jump node.
Command, we're 5 clicks from that Corvette. Those coordinates you gave us were bogus. We don't stand a chance of catching that ship.
You have your orders, pilot.
Command, where's the blockade? Why isn't the Alliance guarding this node?
Our line of defense has been reprioritized for engagements elsewhere in the system.
I regret your efforts to intercept us have failed, pilots. Would be well advised to question the wisdom of your leaders. Alpha, engage subspace drive.
The Iceni has jumped. I repeat, the Iceni has jumped.
Acknowledged, pilot.
Request a status brief, Command. What the hell is going on here?
You're out of line, pilot.
Out of line? I don't think so. We're risking our lives out here. We deserve a straight answer.
You can discuss this at your debriefing. We now have reports that rebel vessels are heading for the jump node. Stand by for mission update. Command out.
Damn it! Command let Bosch escape.
What are you talking about?
They pulled the blockade. They gave us the wrong coordinates. There's no other explanation.
Why? Why would they let him go?
You tell me, pilot. I'm informed on a need-to-know basis.
Stand down. We're on your side here.
Why did we attack the Iceni? Why did we destroy that cargo? I can live with being a pawn if the game makes sense.
Inbound freighters with Loki escort. These targets escape the asteroid depot. Destroy those ships before they reach the node.
Beta Wing here. Target acquired and closing in.
Let's finish the job.
Behind you, pilot! Check your six.
NTF cruisers have jumped in. The NTC Glorious and the NTC Impervious. They are heading for the node. Eliminate the fighter escort pilots. We'll deploy the SAMTIC to handle the cruisers. Those cruisers have anti-fighter beams with an effective range of 1,500 meters. Lure the escort away from the cruisers before you engage.
Admiral Bosch's command frigate reached the Sirius jump node. I have received no explanation either on or off the record for what happened out there. I assume we'll be informed on a need-to-know basis. Good job neutralizing those fighters and freighters. You've served the 53rd Hammerheads well. Your performance in this last mission proves you have what it takes to be an ace pilot. I've recommended your transfer to the 107th Ravens. They lost many good officers in Deneb, and they could use someone with your talents. They're a top-notch unit. I know you'll make us proud. Good luck with your new assignment, pilot. Command has ordered the Aquitaine to return to the Capella system. Admiral Petrarch will address the crew at 0630.
I'm gonna eat a snack real quick. I'll be right back, fellas.
Welcome to the 107th Ravens, pilot. I'm Lieutenant Samza, squadron leader. As you know, the Aquitaine is now en route to the Gamma Draconis system. The details of the situation there have been classified at the highest level, so I'm as much in the dark as you are. The Admiral will brief the crew when we reach 3rd Fleet headquarters in Capella. The 107th is a heavy assault squadron, so our fighter of choice is the Hercules Mark II. Implementing advances in fusion drive technology, the Mark II improves the assault fighter's speed and maneuverability without sacrificing loadout. The Herc has only 2 missile banks, but its ordnance capacity is greater than the Myrmidons. The original Herc won the Great War, so we're proud to carry on the tradition. I recommend that you review the Herc 2 training modules before the Aquitaine arrives in Capella. These modules review advanced tactics, such as countermeasures and energy management. The Herc 2 is slower than the Myrmidon you've been flying with the 53rd, so learn how to evade missiles and equalize shields. These skills will help you push your fighter to the limits. Master them, and the life you save may be your own. According to your file, you are now authorized to use the GTW-5A Prometheus R, the GTM-19 Harpoon, and the GTM-4 Hornet missile. The Prometheus R is a retrofit of a cannon developed during the Great War. After the Alliance lost contact with Earth, we lacked materials required for mass production, so engineers developed this retrofit version. The Prometheus packs a bigger wallop than the Subak HL-7, but it will drain your power reserves with extended use. The Harpoon and the Hornet are both aspect-seeking missiles. While the Harpoon fires individual warheads, the Hornet launches a swarm of 4 projectiles, 8 if you're in double-fire mode. The training modules cover the proper technique for firing aspect-seeking missiles, so be sure to review that section carefully. That's all for now, pilot. The Aquitaine will arrive in Capella in 4 hours.
Welcome to Training Simulator Module TSM-107M, Advanced Qualification for the Hercules Mark II Heavy Assault Fighter. This module has been designed to acquaint pilots with communication systems, countermeasures, and aspect-seeking missiles. TSM units are approved for use as part of the
Welcome to Module TSM-107M, pilot. Don't touch the controls until you are told to do so. You will fail this session if you do not follow instructions carefully. Let's begin with messaging. For Class A qualification, you learned how to call in a support ship to rearm and repair subsystems. Now, we'll show you how to give orders to pilots under your command. Our target for this simulation will be an Argo-class transport. Target the transport. Use your hostile targeting control. Good. Now you'll call in your reinforcements. Press the communications key to bring up the messaging window. Select reinforcements. Then, well done. Confirm that you still have the transport targeted. Now have Epsilon Wing destroy the transport. Press the communications key to bring up your messaging box again. Select 2 to transmit your orders to a specific wing. Then hit 1 to choose Epsilon. Well done, pilot. Let's try this again. Now, press the 1 key, and Epsilon will destroy your target. Order Epsilon Wing to destroy Transport 2. Do you remember your previous instruction?
Yes, sir. We'll take him
not,
down.
Consult the directives list. Good work. Be aware that fighter wings are less effective against larger targets. Bombers or vessels with beam turrets are usually required to destroy warships larger than cruiser class. Also note that reinforcements are not always available, and you will have authorization to issue orders only to specific wings and ships. Now, let's order Epsilon Wing to depart. Press the communications key to bring up the messaging window.
I'm out of here.
Select 2 for Wing and 1 for Epsilon. Finally, press 0 for depart. Excellent work. As you gain experience in combat, using the communications interface will become second nature. All right, pilots, now it's time to learn about countermeasures. When you launch a countermeasure, you present a new target for pursuing missiles. In theory, the missile should hit the countermeasure instead of ripping a hole through your hull. You need to use countermeasures to survive in battle, but you'll soon learn this tactic does not always work. For this exercise, we'll bring in a Leviathan-class cruiser. The cruiser will now launch missiles at you. Press the countermeasures key to evade the missile. Immediately increase your forward velocity to maximum and move away from the pursuing missiles. Punch your afterburners to gain that extra burst of speed. A yellow triangle will appear on your HUD, indicating the vector of the missile's approach. Try to keep this indicator in the 3 or 9 o'clock position. When the missile is nearly upon you, launch the countermeasure. Listen to the beeping sound of the missile lock to gauge the distance of the missile. The quicker the beeps, the closer the missile. While launching countermeasures, turn your fighter hard in sharp movements. This will also help throw the missile off your trail. If you evade the missile, an indicator will display in the upper portion of your targeting reticle. This will alert you to the fact that you successfully avoided the projectile. The number of countermeasures remaining is indicated on your HUD below the weapons display. If you run out of countermeasures, call in the support ship to reload.
I'm getting it.
That's enough for evading missiles. Now, let's practice firing them. Your Hercules Mark II heavy assault fighter is armed with 2 banks of harpoons. Unlike heat seekers like the Rockeye, you must acquire a lock on your target in order for an aspect seeker to home. However, the aspect seeker is well worth the effort because its homing ability is much stronger. If a heat seeker loses track of its target, chances are it will not reacquire lock. Aspect seekers, on the other hand, will track their targets until they detonate. Transport 3 is now entering. Let's take this opportunity to learn another targeting control. You have a reticle targeting control that will acquire the nearest object inside your reticle. Maneuver your fighter so that my ship is centered on your HUD. Good. Now, well done. Now, target Transport 3 using the reticle target. Excellent. Now, let's see how you do with those harpoons. Notice the red indicator moving towards your target. That's the aspect triangle. Once it is moved onto your target, you'll see the lock indicator. This means your harpoons are locked and ready to fire. Now, fire 1 harpoon at the freighter. Note how fast the harpoon moves. This warhead delivers quite a punch. A round of harpoons can be fired every 3 seconds. Fire another round and note the countdown timer in your weapons gauge. The harpoon is almost useless if fired before lock has been acquired. That's a major distinction between the harpoon and the Rockeye. Now, unload your harpoons until you've destroyed Transport 3. Excellent job. Let's see how you do against moving targets. In order to gain aspect lock on a moving target, you must keep the target's lockbox in a fixed position inside your HUD reticle. We'll now bring in the fighter drones. When the first drone enters, target it and acquire lock. Try to keep the target indicator in the center of your HUD reticle. Once you have well done, all aspect seekers function this way, from the Hornet missile to the Helios torpedo. In general, the larger and more powerful the warhead, the longer it will take to acquire lock and countdown between volleys. Now, let's have you face a real challenge. Multiple wings will appear simultaneously. Destroy them all. You must be in range of your target before you can gain aspect lock. Hit your burners to intercept the drones. Well done. This concludes Module TSM-107M. Engage your subspace drive to end this simulation.
Alright, tutorial mode over.
Well done, pilot. You have successfully completed TSM-107M Advanced Qualification for the Hercules Mark II Heavy Assault Fighter. You are advised to proceed to training simulation.
Welcome to Module TSM-107SE, pilot. Don't touch the controls until you are told to do so. You will fail this session if you do not follow instructions carefully. First, let's take a look at the gauges and controls for your shield system. The Alliance acquired shielding technology from the Shivans during the Great War. Shield systems have been standard on Terran Vasudan fighters and bombers for over 30 years. Your shield system generates an energy shell that protects the hull of your ship from primary fire and missile blasts. As they absorb damage, your shields will weaken. However, your fighter will automatically regenerate its shields over time. Your shield integrity gauge is located in the lower right of your HUD. This gauge is now flashing. Your shield is divided into 4 quadrants. Each quadrant can withstand limited damage. When a shield quadrant sustains damage, the corresponding section of your shield integrity gauge will flash. Observe. Note the front of your shield is flashing as if you've taken a hit. Observe how the gauge changes as your shield sustains more damage. When a shield quadrant has been destroyed, all damage on that quadrant will impact the hull of your fighter. Your shields will regenerate themselves automatically. Let's accelerate this process to save time. Now observe as the front quadrant of your shield repairs itself to full strength. Your shield is now fully recharged. Effective shield management can mean the difference between life and death. The simplest way to manage your shield is the Equalize Quadrants function. I have damaged your front quadrant again. Use your Equalize Quadrants function to repair your shields. Well done. Your front section has been partially recharged. This shield energy came from your other 3 quadrants. Practice this function often. I'm now going to reduce most of your shield strength. Note that 3 of your 4 quadrants are now near 0 power. With your shield management controls, you can maximize shield strength in a specific quadrant. First, maximize the strength in your front quadrant. Well done. Note that your front quadrant is at full strength, while the other quadrants have been drained. Maximizing your front shield quadrant is especially useful when you're attacking the turret of a large ship. Now I want you to maximize your rear shield quadrant. If you're pursuing an important objective and are being attacked from the rear, maximizing your rear shield quadrant can deflect the gunfire of your pursuer. Now, equalize quadrants again to distribute shield energy evenly around your ship. We will conclude this module with an overview of your Energy Transfer System, or ETS. In the lower right of your HUD are 3 bar gauges labeled G for guns, S for shields, and E for engines. You can use your ETS controls to augment or diminish the energy allocated to each of these 3 systems. First, let's increase your weapon's energy allocation. Observe that as you divert power to weapons, the energy levels for shields and engines drop. The more energy diverted to weapons, the faster your primaries will recharge. Your weapons will not inflict greater damage at higher ETS levels. High energy cannons, such as the Prometheus, can quickly deplete your weapon reserves. If you require a sustained barrage of gunfire, diverting energy to primaries may be necessary. Now, let's increase your shield allocation. The higher your ETS setting for shields, the faster they'll recharge. Increasing your shield allocation may be critical in combat situations, such as stopping to rearm your fighter or flying through heavy flak. Now, divert more power to your engines. Increasing power to engines will improve your maximum speed by up to 30%, depending on the fighter's reactor capacity. Your afterburners will also recharge faster, enabling more frequent bursts of speed. For a slower fighter like the Hercules Mark II, increasing engine power may be necessary to chase down more maneuverable targets or cover large distances quickly. Well done. This concludes Module TSM-107-SE. Engage your subspace drive to end this simulation.
Let's fucking get it.
Congratulations, you have successfully completed
I think we're gonna get a real mission now. Dive, dive, dive. So I know that reference. I am still a nub in free space, so I have not played that mission yet.
To the officers and crew of the GTD Aquitaine, this
Also,
is
welcome to
Admiral
have
Petrov.
Synthropy.
At 0115
Yeah, I got
hours, we received a transmission from 3rd Fleet headquarters. A Sheevan cruiser and 3 fighter wings ambushed and destroyed the GTC Vigilant as it patrolled the Gamma Draconis jump node in the Capella system. Command deployed the GTD Carthage and GDC Dashor. Though these vessels neutralized
Snack pack.
the
Shivan
threat,
is the Reaper
all
equivalent.
Allied units
This
now
game
in a
is
state of enhanced
Mass Effect before
vigilance.
Mass Effect. Effectively. At least the story is.
Command has ordered the Aquitaine to spearhead the operation in Gamma Draconis as we investigate the origin and extent of this incursion. Gamma Draconis is a remote, uninhabited system discovered shortly before the outbreak of the Great War. The system has no planets, no viable resources. GTSC Erickson visited the system 15 years ago and reported nothing out of the ordinary. Recon flights in Gamma Draconis detected activity near an
the music, though,
uncharted
is
jump
fucking
node. Closer examination has revealed this node is not a natural phenomenon, but a massive subspace portal of unknown origin. We do not know why the air...
Affirmative.
Recon flights in Gamma Draconis detected activity near an uncharted jump node. Closer examination has revealed this... The Sheevan vessels that destroyed the Vigilant were not of any class encountered in the Great War. The light cruiser, designated Rakshasa, and the fighters designated Mara have been added to your onboard database. This is our first contact with this species in over 3 decades. Our objectives are clear. We must secure Gamma Draconis or face annihilation a second time.
Let's fucking go.
This is Lieutenant Samsa, squadron leader of the 107th Ravens. Here's the situation. The GTD Aquitaine entered Gamma Draconis at 1640. The flagship will defend the Capella node as we advance to secure the system. Recon discovered a Sheevan supply depot near the subspace portal, and this will be our target. Command believes the Shivans are preparing for a more aggressive attack on Capella. The SC Behemoth, a Rakshasa-class cruiser, guards the depot with a wing of Mara fighters. Enemy freighters are entering the system, dropping their cargo and departing through the portal. Your mission, pilot, is to execute a clean sweep of the area.
Yes, sir. Can do, sir.
Your primary target will be the Mara fighters. Once the escorts are down, destroy the Behemoth and any freighters in the vicinity. You'll need to hold down the fort until we deploy the Carthage and Dashor. After you secure the area, we'll send Wings Delta and Epsilon to relieve you.
Command, this is Alpha 2. We're in. I've got a visual on the subspace portal.
How many hostiles in sensor range?
One wing of Maras closing in fast. The Behemoth is 2.5 clicks out. 2 freighters and a half a dozen cargo units are in the depot area.
Destroy those fighters. The Shivas will send reinforcements, so let's secure this area as quickly as possible.
The Maras are too fast. I can't get a lock. I've never seen anything like it. These fighters are unbelievable.
Heads up, enemy wing closing in. That's a confirmed kill.
Targeting the Behemoth.
Proceed with caution, pilots. Stand clear of those anti-fighter beams. The capabilities of that warship have yet to be determined. Excellent work, pilots. Behemoth objective position, pilots. We are now deploying the Carthage and the Dashur.
Command, we've got 4 or 5 hostile wings coming through the portal. We've got a new fighter class here, designation Astaroth. Where's the Carthage? We need reinforcements ASAP, Command! Hull integrity failing.
Take evasive action, pilots. Help is on the way.
There's too many of them! Send in the Carthage or get us out of here!
The Carthage and Dashur will emerge from subspace momentarily. Stand by.
Help me!
This is the GTD Carthage. What's your status, pilot?
That's a confirmed kill.
A King-class warship has entered the system. SC Goliath.
Check your sex! I copy, pilot. Support ship in transit.
All hostiles have been neutralized. Now deploying Delta and Epsilon Wing. Alpha, you may return to base.
God damn, that was a fucking little bit of a nail biter right there.
Delta Wing, now in position.
Epsilon Wing standing by. Transit orders.
Rearming sequence aborted.
You survived your first sortie against the Shivans. Though we had only a small opposing force to contend with, survival is half the battle. The COs of both the Carthage and Dashur commend our squadron for the outstanding cover we provided. The Shivan Kane cruiser and its complement of fighters might have destroyed these vessels had we not intervened. Well done, pilot. A joint Terran-Vasudan task force under the direction of Dr. Mina Hargrove is now studying the subspace portal. We expect a preliminary report in a few hours. for preserving the systems of the Galactic Terran Vasudan Alliance from Shivan invasion. You are hereby awarded the Allied Defense Citation.
With the Gamma Draconis system secure, a task force of Terran and Vasudan scientists is now examining the subspace portal. At this point, the scientists have ruled out the possibility the device is of Shivan origin. Dr. Mina Hargrove, leader of the research team, has issued a report of his preliminary findings. An excerpt of this report follows.
The subspace portal is unlike any Shivan construction we have yet encountered. Though Shivans demonstrate considerable diversity as a species, all Shivan technology possesses certain distinctive properties. None is present in the subspace device, which means we must look elsewhere for the portal's origin. We do know that the device is very, very old, on the order of several thousand years.
The field generated by the interlocking movement of the portal's components creates a subspace vortex, connecting one part of the universe to another. Dr. Hargrove theorizes that whoever built this device may have used it to stabilize a jump node on the verge of collapse. Dr. Hargrove is correct. This technology is a tremendous discovery. By constructing our own portal, we might be able to reopen the Sol jump node in Delta Serpentis. Since the destruction of the Lucifer caused the node to collapse 32 years ago, Earth has remained isolated from the GTVA. We might also be able to stabilize subspace nodes that are currently too volatile for travel, thus creating routes to systems previously unexplored. Our military operation will focus on what lies on the other side of the subspace portal. Must determine where the node leads, the extent of the Shivan presence there. Above all, we must prevent the Shivans from returning to Gamma Draconis. Because the portal will remain active while the research team studies the technology, our systems are vulnerable to attack. Allied Command has deemed this an acceptable risk given the potential benefits.
Alright, let's go.
At 1540 hours, the GTD Aquitaine entered the subspace portal in Gamma Draconis and jumped to our current position. We have entered a nebula, a vast and dense ionized field, and possibly the remnant of a supernova.
One of the best missions ever done.
We have traveled farther than any Terrans in the history of subspace travel. The nebula has severely limited the Aquitaine's long-range sensors. We are deploying our fighter wings to explore the immediate vicinity and determine the extent of the enemy presence. Each fighter squadron will deploy a flight of 4 wings. Alpha, Zeta, Iota, and Kappa will patrol a series of 4 waypoints. Zeta Wing will lead this sortie.
I'm just saying,
so follow
this is
Zeta
the one to
1
pay attention to.
And do not stray. Be advised the nebula could interfere with your onboard systems. The ionized field will compromise your sensors, even within combat range.
Iota Wing, you are cleared to take off. Kappa Wing, you have clearance. Zeta Wing, go. Alpha Wing, go.
Alpha, form up on Zeta. Follow Zeta 1's lead to the waypoints.
Okay, Alpha. Target my fighter and try to keep up. Boost your engine power and be ready to hit your burns because we're gonna get through this one fast and clean.
Good luck, pilots. Keep a tight formation and look out for each other. Let's all get home alive.
How are we supposed to get a visual confirmation? I can't see a thing in this mess.
Rather be fighting the NTF if you ask me. I never signed on for hunting Shivans.
Wait.
Don't kid yourself. We're the ones being hunted, pilot.
Command should shut down that portal and send the Aquitaine back to Deneb. We've got no business being out here.
If Command needs your opinion, they'll promote you to Admiral. Now shut up and focus.
All flights report in.
This is Iota 1. Sensors are picking up zilch, Command. We're flying blind out here.
Alpha 2 here. Nothing to report.
This is Zeta 1, all clear.
Kappa Wing, what's your status? Over?
Uh-oh.
Kappa Wing, this is Allied Command. Please respond.
Oh boy.
Iota Wing, investigate Kappa's last waypoint. The ionized field is interfering with our transmission.
Alright, shit's popping off now.
I'm picking up something on sensors. I can't get a lock. Hostile targets confirmed! A wing of Manticores closing fast!
Pilots, destroy those fighters and stay alert. Watch for a flanking maneuver.
Objective neutral up, no problem, Command. We'll take them down. All bandits are down, Command. Area secure.
Resume your patrol, pilots.
There's gotta be a base or destroyer in this nebula somewhere. Those fighters couldn't survive out here on their own.
This nebula could be 10 or 20 light years in diameter. Finding a single ship would be impossible.
Boy, do
Unless
I miss
the
the perfect
Shevens
game
find
where
us
the head of a
first.
person pops
Do we
in
have
the
a
middle of
status
it.
update on Kappa Wing?
Negative. No word from Kappa yet. We'll find out in debriefing. Hostile indicators on radar. Okay, let's get back on patrol. Alpha, follow my lead. Check your distance, Alpha.
Sorry, bro, got in the fight. You know how it is.
Alpha 1, divert extra power to your engines if you need more speed. Hold on. I got a visual on something big. A cruiser or a corvette.
Do you recognize the configuration? Is it a Rakshasa or a Kane?
Negative, Command. It's a Terran cruiser, Fenris class.
There's no Allied ship authorized in your vicinity. Hail them, pilot.
This is Zeta Wing of the 107th Ravens, GTD Aquitaine. Please identify yourself.
This is Captain Arthur Romig of the GTC Trinity. We have sustained heavy damage, and our jump drive is inoperative. We need immediate assistance.
Your designation is incorrect, Romig. Your ship defected to the NTF 10 days ago. You have been stripped of your rank and citizenship in the GTVA. Surrender the Trinity or be destroyed.
As captain of the NTC Trinity, I surrender on the condition you get us the hell out of here.
What's your status?
We repelled a Shivan attack, but engines sustained critical damage. I powered down non-essential systems so the Shivans wouldn't detect us. We've been drifting ever since.
What's your assessment of the damage?
Some components were destroyed in the attack, but my chief engineer thinks a field repair is possible.
We will send a damage control team with the necessary components. Transmit your diagnostics.
Transmitting now.
What were you doing out here, Romig?
As a prisoner of war, my rights are protected under the Beta Aquilate Convention. I will answer no questions, Command.
I thought Rebels didn't recognize BATAC.
No, but we do, pilot. Damage control has been deployed. They should be arriving momentarily.
This is where shit pops out.
Discovery here, initiating docking procedure. Watch our backs, little friends.
Incoming jump signature. Hostile configuration.
Objective neutralized. Check your sex.
Prepare to be boarded, Trinity.
Trinity standing by.
You betray us, bro, I know it.
Docking point secure. Okay, Romig, we're taking you and your crew into custody. Follow the drill and no one gets hurt.
More hostiles incoming.
Keep the Shivans away from the Trinity, pilots. That ship won't survive another attack. Give us a time estimate, Discovery.
We can jury-rig a solution in 15 minutes, Command.
Can you bring the anti-fighter turrets online?
Negative. We need all power on engines.
You confronted an overwhelming Shivan force in a hostile environment.
Oh my god, all right.
Under these circumstances, there was nothing you or anyone else could have done to save the Trinity and our boarding party. You were lucky to survive this sortie, pilot. We have heard nothing from Kappa Wing since they vanished from our sensors.
Damn.
Unfortunately, we must presume the worst. They will be listed MIA unless we find evidence to the contrary. Our search parties have found no trace of these fighters. The presence of the Trinity deepens the enigma of the NTF's secret agenda. What was the Trinity doing out here? And what does Bosch know about the subspace portal? All patrols have uncovered an extensive Shivan force in the nebula. Command will deploy more warships through the subspace portal to assist with our mission of exploration and containment. Iota and Epsilon wings encountered 2 Shivan cruisers near our current location. When our reinforcements arrive, we will move against them.
"32 years ago, on the Altair system, Visudan scientists discovered the remnants of an extinct civilization we now call the Ancients. And here we found the secret to defeating the Shivans. How close did we come to being a footnote in the history of a future species that would happen upon our ruins 10,000 years from now? Would they indulge in the fiction of their own immortality until the Shivans came for them? And how long had this gone on? Did the Ancients stumble upon the monoliths and the tombs of their predecessors in this distant corner of space, dismissing the warnings carved in the walls of the sepulchre? And when the destroyers came at last, what did the Ancients think as they sifted the cremation of dust and bones, staring into the mute remains for a key? Some solution to their plight. What if there had been countless races, stretching back into infinity, and like the 9 cities of Troy, each civilization had been built on the rubble of one that came before, each annihilated by the Shivans. The Ancients died 8,000 years ago. As humanity emerged from its Neolithic infancy, they believed their voyage across the sea of stars woke the dragon that slept beneath the waves, that the Shivans were birthed from the flux of subspace, and their destruction was the revenge of an angry cosmos.
Damn, alright.
With recent victories on the Civil War front, the GTVA Security Council has authorized the deployment of 2 Deimos-class corvettes into the nebular theater of operations. The Lysander and the Actium crossed the subspace portal in Gamma Draconis at 23:35 hours and joined up with the Aquitaine's battle group. On their last sortie, Epsilon and Iota wings encountered 2 Shivan warships. A Rakshasa-class cruiser designated the Iblis, and a Lilith-class cruiser designated the Azurus. Admiral Petrock has instructed our corvettes to hunt down and destroy these vessels. The 107 will provide fighter cover. Alpha Wing, your mission is to escort the Lysander and the Actium as they carry out this assault. Your first priority will be to eliminate all hostile fighters and bombers. Only then will you assist the corvettes with their strike against the Shivan warships. If we lose either corvette, you will abort the mission and withdraw from the field immediately.
Alright.
Steady as she goes. Those cruisers are somewhere in this vicinity. We're now converging on their last known position.
Are you reading anything on sensors, Actium?
Negative, Lysander.
If we don't find them, they'll find us. I don't expect we'll be disappointed.
The Shivans fought nothing but great war relics. We'll show them what firepower is all about.
Okay.
I'm picking up something. A wing of enemy fighters closing in.
Alpha and Beta, intercept those bandits. Keep them off the Lysander and Actium.
A Kane-class cruiser now coming into view.
Confirmed. It's the Azurus. Firing all guns. Damn it, Axiom! Watch that friendly fire!
Avoid the beam and you won't get hit, pilot.
Jesus, I said that out loud.
All hostile fighters eliminated. Those Shivans put up a good fight.
Well done, pilots. Help the Corvettes finish off the Azurus, but don't get too close.
We have destroyed the Azurus, Command.
Oh wow, it already happened.
That's one more Shivan cruiser out of circulation.
Okay, let's find that Rakshasa. Continue on your current heading. If you need to rearm pilots, now would be a good time. Deploying support ship now. Please stand by.
With the technology they had 30 years ago, it's a miracle we won the Great War.
No shields, no flak guns, no beam cannons.
You hear about Kappa Wing? Vanished without a trace, 5 clicks from the Aquitaine.
Their patrol found the NTC Trinity, right?
Yeah, that was Arthur Romig's ship. Hard to believe he turned traitor. Hey, Command, you gonna tell us what the rebels are doing out here?
You'll be informed on a need-to-know basis, pilot. Now kill the chatter and focus on your mission.
New readings coming up on sensors. Incoming fighters.
Rearming complete, sir. You're good to go.
A wing of Seraphim is approaching fast. Intercept those bombers. Seraphim are history. Well done, pilots.
Iblis now within range. All guns, fire for effect.
Arm that bad boy up, huh?
recognize the configuration.
Where? What is it? I can't get a visual.
Command, we have a situation here.
Can you get a closer look, Lysander?
Oh my god.
The Lysander is down! The Lysander is down!
Why?
The Shivan warship we encountered has been designated the SD Ravana. Allied forces have been deployed to engage this vessel. Given the number of Shivan fighters our wings have encountered, we knew an enemy destroyer had to be lurking somewhere within the nebula. Our impaired visibility and diminished sensor range made locating their base of operations difficult. Command hoped our offensive against the 2 Shivan cruisers would lure the destroyer from its hiding place. Under these circumstances, there was nothing you could have done to save that corvette from destruction. Admiral Petrock has informed me that the 107th may be called in to reinforce the vessels attacking the Ravana. Suit up for your next sortie, pilot. This is Lieutenant Samsa. The Allied attack against the SD Ravana has deteriorated. We have lost the GTD Delacroix, and the surviving warships in the battle group are damaged. Petrock is scrambling the 107th to assist. Command will also sortie the GVC Somptus and the GTC Yakiba. Once they cross the subspace portal, we will move them into position. For this mission, we'll fly the GTB Boanerdzes, the Alliance's new attack bomber. The Boanerdzes maximizes shielding and payload, while offering enough maneuverability to make it a viable tactical unit. The bomber won't handle as well as the Herc-2, so stay on the move. Bombers make easy targets. With our Cyclops torpedoes, we'll have the firepower to take out the Ravana. If you're too far from the target, the flak guns will neutralize your bomb, so get as close as possible. Once you fire your salvo, hit your burners to get clear of the blast. The Cyclops has an extensive lock time and countdown. If we succeed, we will have secured the jump node between the Nebula and Gamma Draconis. If we fail, we pave the way for a Shivan invasion of our systems. Good luck, pilot. We know you can do it.
I've acquired sensor lock on the Ravana. The destroyer is currently out of range. No visual on Allied ships, but we can see their cannon signature.
Bombers, close in on the Ravana. We must end this now.
You got him. Roger that, Command. Warheads are armed and ready. Take evasive action, pilot.
Oh, Jesus. Did not mean to do that.
Watch the friendly fire! You get hit, you won't make it to your own service! Get this bandit off me! Hostiles approaching fast.
fallen below critical. Destruction of primary target is imminent.
Am I the only one left?
Incoming jump signature. Hostile configuration. Ravana objective neutralized. All units return to base.
See you, losers.
The destruction of the Ravana is the most significant victory over the Shivans since the end of the Great War. We have secured the subspace node linking the nebula with Gamma Draconis, and we have demonstrated our technological superiority over our Great War nemesis. We have proven without a doubt that we have the firepower to neutralize any Shivan threat. A new class of intercept fighter will be stationed on board the Aquitaine. I have recommended that you be transferred to this unit. Interceptors are fast, high-performance fighters requiring pilots with good reflexes. You've got the talent for it, and you'll represent the Ravens well. Command has ordered the Aquitaine to return to the Capella system. Admiral Petrarch will brief the crew about our upcoming operation.
Catch you tomorrow, my bro. See y'all in the next one. Adios.
Lieutenant Commander Cordova here. Welcome to the 242nd Suicide King.